Hello friends. So today we'll learn how to pass function to a spark transformation. So this is the very simple syntax. Here I am having a static class, my function, and I have defined a function one, which taken a string and did some work. So I can directly pass this function to a spark transformation. So here you can see that in my main function I have passed this. Now another thing is, let's say if I have a non-static class and if I try to pass the function into this non-static class, so what happened in Spark, this code execute on the cluster on different machine. Okay, so this complete object needs to be serializable because this will take the complete object to the cluster. Okay, so what we need to do first thing is object needs to be serialized. So what I'm trying to say that so you call rd.map function one. So instead of this call will look like x tends to this dot function one x. Okay. So it means its complete object first it will be serialized, then it will be deserialized on the cluster. Okay. Now another thing is another example. Here I'm an RDD and I have a field instance variable in my class, and this is a non-static class, right? So what I'm doing, I'm adding my each element with the field. Since this code will execute on the cluster itself, and this complete object first will be serialized, then it will be serialized on all the objects. So the idea is when you want to do this kind of thing, to avoid this, what you need to do, just take this field kind of thing, instance variable into a local variable, then after that you can pass this into the spark transformation. So good idea is, if you are if you want to use any instance variable in your map, yeah, map filter kind of transformation, so instead of passing the instance variable, take these variable in a field, in a local variable, and pass this to the function. Okay, so this was already to how to pass the function to the instance function to the transformation. Now in this example, I am creating an in this example what I'm doing, I'm trying to create a data frame from the JSON file. So I have a people.json. You can see that here I have a JSON file, name Michael, name Andy, age 30, name Justin, age 19. So age is not present for Michael. So Spark provide the API for in which you can directly create the data frame on JSON file. So SQL context.rd.json is creating the data frame, not the RDD. So remember that when we call something on a Spark context, then it's create the RDD. When we call something on the SQL context, then it's create the data frame. So to use the to so for direct conversion from this JSON file to data frame, first you need to import this implicit SQL context or implicit underscore. First you need to import this. Only after it will automatically convert file into a data frame. So what is the SQL context? We know that Spark context in an entry point to the our Spark application, and each application has its own Spark context. SQL context deal with the schema, like his name, it's a SQL kind of thing. So SQL context which deal with data and schema both. So with the help of SQL context, you can directly create something into data frame. And for doing this, you need to import this line. Don't forget to import this line. Now this line has created a data frame. So if I call the show function on the data frame, then first it will print the schema. So my JSON file has a schema as age and name. So two parameters are there, name and age. Now name, age is null for Michael, okay, 30 for Andy, 90 for Justin. Now if I want to print the schema for this data frame, this function helps to print the schema. So you can see that I have an age null, name age as a long name as a string, and null is equal to true means null values can come for these parameters. So here you can see that we have null for age. Now, if you want to select any single column from this data frame, so this is the syntax df.select. You need to pass the name and you call this show. So I can just only print the so show function. Show is an action, and first this line will select only a single column data from this data frame, and this is an action. So when you call this, so data will be like Michael, Andy, Justin. Now, if you want to increment, yeah, decrement, so this is the another way of calling the select. So here you can see that I can simply pass the name in the string, column name as a string, and you can see the data. This is another way. You can call df.select df column name. So this represents cul column, data frame column, comma df age plus one. That's so what you can here you are selecting two columns. So these are two different ways of calling the select statement, but different is here you are also changing the value for age. So Michael is null, Andy 31, Justin is 20. Now if you want to filter on, so if you want to filter the data on some conditions, so this is the syntax of filtering data. So data frame filter, here you can specify the column. So this is df column age. So this is accessing a uh, with column with name age from the data frame, and it is filtering the value. So it will print all the records which has age is greater than 21. And this is the syntax of doing grouping. So df dot group by, now you can group on the basis of age. You want to count the number of elements in a single group, and you can show that. So null has one because null age belongs to Michael, and I have age 19. So the number of count is 1, 30, and count 0. So what is the count? It will create the groups of distinct element, and it will count the how many duplicates are there. So this is the count. Since we have all the elements as distinct, so that's why counts are 1. So this was all about data frame and all, and passing the function to the Spark transformation. Thanks for watching.